You're watching Reality Check. Every day, the BJP-led government, whether at the centre or the states, is ramping up the rhetoric for a national citizens register, similar to the Assam exercise, to weed out illegal immigrants. This was Amit Shah today speaking in Kolkata.
जहां तक एनआरसी का सवाल है, दीदी कह रही है कि हम एनआरसी नहीं होने। मैं आपको कहता हूं कि हिंदुस्तान में एक भी घुसपैठियों को हम रहने नहीं देंगे, चुन चुन कर बाहर।
Now, at the same time, leaders and chief ministers of the BJP in Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana have also called for an NRC in their states. This is no longer simply limited to rhetoric. In Maharashtra, the state government is believed to have assigned land for constructing a detention center in the satellite town of Navi Mumbai, presumably to house illegals. And now Uttar Pradesh appears to have launched a mini NRC of its own. In guidelines to all district police chiefs, the state's Director General of Police says that they've been asked to identify and deport Bangladeshis and foreigners, to verify documents of those deemed suspicious. Deporting Bangladeshis, the circular says, is very important for security. The police have been asked to comb transport hubs and slums on the city's outskirts. The problem is, none of them are able to give us an estimate of the scale of the problem. What is the estimate of illegal Bangladeshis at the state or the national level? When we asked the DGP, he gave us numbers of how many had been arrested in the past 5 years in Uttar Pradesh. 209 in all. That amounts to 0.0001% of UP's population. When asked whether this was a much smaller number than what was made out, this was the DGP's response.
जो लोग पकड़े गए हैं पिछले सालों में उनकी तादाद बहुत कम है, जबकि जनरल परसेप्शन ये है कि उनकी तादाद बहुत ज़्यादा हो सकती है।
ये आपका मानना सही भी हो सकता है, तादाद की संख्या मैं बता नहीं सकता, लेकिन ये बात सही है कि पिछले कई वर्षों में हमने कतिपय बांग्लादेशी को और अवैध रहने वाले विदेशियों को पकड़ा है और साथ ही साथ उन्हें जेल भी भेजा है।
We asked the Director General of Police and other top officers to give us an estimate of how many illegals are presently residing in Uttar Pradesh. All of them refused to give us a number, saying they do not have collated figures.
We asked a BJP spokesperson in Uttar Pradesh as well about the scale of the problem. This was the response.
हमारी पार्टी का कोई सीधा अनुमान नहीं, क्योंकि ये पार्टी इस तरह की चीज़ों को नहीं करती कि कोई हम अनुमान करे। ये बात देखिए, पार्टी जब इतनी विशाल पार्टी है तो उसको तमाम जगह से सूचना जरूर मिलती है कि लोग इस तरह के, और डे टू डे की भाषा में हम सब भी कई बार कहते हैं कि कुछ इस तरह के तत्व हैं जो हम लोगों के बीच में हैं। नहीं, कोई संख्या नहीं है हमारे पास। संख्या के लिए ही इस तरह की जो जाँच हो रही है, इस तरह के आंकड़े सरकार जब करेगी तब आ पाएगा। जब आप कोई ड्राइव चलाएंगे, जब इस निगाह से देखेंगे तो लोग सूचना भी देंगे। देखिए, हर हिंदुस्तानी का फर्ज है कि अगर उसके यहाँ कोई गलत व्यक्ति आया हुआ है तो उसकी सूचना दे।
The story is much the same in election-bound Haryana, where Chief Minister Manohar Khattar, who is also seeking an NRC, admitted there is no clear estimate of the scale of illegals.
देखिए, वैसे तो अब धीरे धीरे सारे देश भर में इसकी आवश्यकता महसूस की जा रही है। कुछ स्टेट्स ने कहा भी है, हम भी करेंगे। हमें भी जो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती है, अब वो इन्फॉर्मेशन कोई पुख्ता हो जाती हैं ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन इन्फॉर्मेशन क्या है कि एम्प्लॉयमेंट के नाम से बाहर के स्थानों से बहुत लोग जगह जगह आ करके अपना एम्प्लॉयमेंट का कहीं रेडी लगा ली, कहीं दुकान बना ली, कहीं ये कर लिया, वो कर लिया।
We put the same question to a Haryana BJP leader and this was the response.
जितनी जानकारी है उसके अनुसार ही कहना चाहूँगा। अभी डाटा पूरा सामने नहीं आया, परंतु काफ़ी संख्या में लोग हैं जिनके, जैसे वो ज़्यादातर उधर ही है मेवात की तरफ, इधर बहुत कम लोग होंगे, परंतु सरकार उस पर काम करेगी और मैं सरकार की नीतियों के साथ हूँ।
And finally, in Delhi, also heading to elections, Manoj Tiwari, Delhi BJP chief, had recently asked for an NRC in Delhi. When he pressed him for an estimate of the number or the scale of illegals, this was his response.
देखिए, मैं एग्जैक्ट फिगर नहीं दे सकता, लेकिन अनुमानतः ये 12 लाख प्लस लोग हो गए। मैं समझता हूँ हमारे पास डेटा नहीं है, लेकिन हम इस आधार पे कह रहे हैं जितने क्षेत्रों में ये लोग सक्रिय हैं, जहाँ जहाँ उस आधार पे ऐसी शिकायतें भी हैं, और ऐसा हम इसलिए एग्जैक्ट नहीं बोल पा रहे हैं ना कि हम जब तक उसके करेक्ट नंबर तक ना पहुँच पाएँ, तो ये तो करेक्ट नंबर तक तभी पहुँचेंगे ना जब NRC लागू होगी। इसमें क्या जाता है, हम एक बात बोल रहे हैं, अगर कोई नहीं है विदेशी घुसपैठिया तो फिर डर ही क्यों है एनआरसी से किसी को?
Okay, joining us tonight on Reality Check, we have with us Dr. Sarjeet Singh Dang. He's been a former minister in the Uttar Pradesh government of the BJP, and he's of course a leader of the BJP. Joining us here in the studio, Deshratan Nigam, political analyst, lawyer, a supporter of the RSS. Sangeeta Barua Pisharoti, deputy editor at The Wire, and Suhas Chakma, director, Rights and Risks Analysis Group. Now, Sangeeta, here's the problem, that if there is any kind of illegality, obviously we want the state to act, be it against illegal immigrants or any other form of illegality. But here the question is that despite ramping up the rhetoric time after time, when we ask for numbers, when we ask for a scale of the problem, you see what kind of answers we get?
No, that should actually take us to the direction of how this entire NRC issue, which began in Assam,
yes,
where I come from,
yes,
and Assam, the requirement, that the need for an NRC was actually a consensus between all stakeholders to come together and find a solution to a long-standing problem. But when we see this being all the time weaponized into it has been right now weaponized into a tool to win elections, and it is giving the ruling party lot of benefits. So I feel.
So you're saying this is just being done for political gains?
Absolutely, this is what I see.
I'll come to the politicians on the panel in a second to get the response. But Suhas, again, you ask for numbers, you get nothing.
It's simply because if there are illegal immigrants in this country, till the Citizenship Amendment Bill comes, it will be the majority of the Hindus. And what the BJP is doing is that the NRC has turned out to be a process to torment and torture the Bengalis in two ways. First, if you bring the Citizenship Amendment Bills, it basically means you have to first become stateless, then apply for citizenship. And 35,000 Pakistani Hindus who came to Rajasthan in 1965 onwards, only 1,300 have been given citizenship. The Chakmas came in 1965 in Arunachal Pradesh. Two Supreme Court judgment, there is a government of BJP at the center and a state government, not a single application has been processed. So all these people, minorities, will be first made stateless. So, but they will not be sent back. The other minority, other people, Guspetias, the Prime Minister has already said last week in New York that nobody will be sent back to Bangladesh. So what are you doing? At the end of it, you are basically identifying anybody who is a Bengali would be in trouble.
Okay, not just Bengali Muslims, you're saying anyone who's a Bengali.
Because Bengali Hindu is going to be this different size. Because he cannot vote until he gets the citizenship.
Okay, before we come to that, let's stay with our bigger focus tonight about trying to get answers from the government and from the BJP about something which has now clearly become a center stage issue. Let me try to ask the same question to Dr. Sarjeet Singh Dang. तो डैंग साहब, क्या आप हमें कोई आंकड़ा दे सकते हैं कि आपके अंदाजे में भारत में या उत्तर प्रदेश में कितने, how many illegals are there, Dr. Dang, in Uttar Pradesh?
Statistics is not possible. Statistics is not possible. Statistically, nobody can give the numbers.
Statistically, we don't have the numbers.
Been, surveyed, and unless you make the survey and analyze it, how can you predict about the numbers right now?
No, so once again, you're saying at the moment, you're conceding that you don't have the numbers at the moment.
In every state.
No, I'm saying, do you even have an estimate? Normally,
how can you?
When you tackle any problem,
we have a very clear perception. Very clear perception.
It's a perception.
That, look, it is a sort of, there are two types of invasions on a country. There are two types of invasions. One is armed invasion. This is unarmed, but it has changed the face of the, in the last census.
Right.
What has happened to the population ratio in Assam? And
before we come to that,
and it should be done. Why people are against it? What is the problem with them?
Dang Saab, actually, the only
they are
problem.
With the invaders.
Okay, Dang Saab, just a second.
Anti-national elements, or they want just to go after votes.
No, Dang Saab, 1 second. When it comes to NRC in Assam, the only people who have a problem with it is the BJP itself. You're the ones who've rejected the NRC, even though you're the ones who backed it fully to the hill.
Why?
Once the results came out, you're the ones who rejected it. So let's get that out of the way. But what you're saying is interesting, and this is what unfortunately
No.
underlies
You
this
see, look,
entire conversation. Let me
our
finish.
Honorable
Thanks, sir.
Home
Let me finish.
Minister, Mr. Amit
Unfortunately,
Amit Shah
what
has
you're
very clearly
conceding.
stated,
One second, thanks,
please
sir.
listen to me also.
No.
Very clearly stated
Yes.
that all the Hindus and others will be taken back as citizens to this country with all the rights.
There is a process to become a citizen.
That is a
process is
all the rights
separate
they have
debate.
as a citizen
Okay,
here.
that is a
But those who have
that is a separate debate. If we get into a citizenship amendment bill debate, that's a separate
malign
debate.
intentions.
Okay, thanks, sir. I just want to ask you this though. You have just accepted on air
And
that
the
there are no
central government
numbers.
is going to make amendment in the
Okay, thanks, sir. You'll have to allow me to speak.
Well.
Otherwise, I'll have to lower
Very
the mic, which I
clear
don't
we are
want
about
to do.
it. Nobody
Okay.
is permitted. Nobody
Okay,
is.
let me-
We are already.
Okay, can
we
I
are-
speak?
We are already.
Can I
country
speak? Can I
which
speak?
where
Thanks,
the
sir. Can I
population,
speak?
Increasing population is a
Thanks,
big
sir.
problem.
I don't think he hears me. I think we'll have to lower the mic. Thanks, sir. You just admitted that you don't have numbers, you don't have estimates for the scale of illegality. You're saying it's purely a perception. You've just said that. You have a perception.
That is why the NRC is being made. Let
Okay,
us know
it
what
is
is
on
the
a
number.
perception. Well, at least
but we
you've been
can very
candid enough to
clearly
admit that.
perceive that there
Okay,
is a
let me ask
population invasion on
my
this
friend
country.
Deshratan Nigam if he wants to have a go. Deshratan Nigam, what is your number? Do you have an estimate for the scale of the problem?
So, even if I make a guess, I would not like to venture into that field. Reason being, the last NRC was done in 1951 and thereafter nothing has been done. So, anybody's estimate can go haywire.
So then why even want or ask for a national NRC if we don't know what the scale of the problem is?
Right.
See,
Very correct.
irrespective of the problem, let me come to NRC. It is a bounden duty, both legal, statutory under Foreigners Act, Citizenship Act, to know who are the citizens of your country. And therefore, NRC is a record of a citizens all over the world, countries maintain it. So therefore, this exercise has to be done irrespective of the problem.
So you're saying that without an NRC, we don't know who the citizens of this country are.
Yes.
We none of us, we are hypothetically none of us are citizens of this country.
See, we are. I'm not saying,
Then-
but you have to come to a number, X number, and for that, this exercise has to be undertaken.
Okay, one
population, entire population will not be a citizen, but certain people, and we know there could be 1 lakh, there could be 10 lakh illegal immigrants in this country.
Right.
So this exercise, the law enjoins the government of India, both under the various acts, to have your record of citizens.
Okay, you're saying it's simply a legal requirement more than anything else. Suhas, yes.
So I think the fact that 1 lakh Nepalese are saying we will not go to the foreigners tribunal, 1 lakh scheduled tribes who are the original inhabitants of Assam have been declared foreigners, and what is the legal requirement? This is where the problem is. You are trying to find out documents prior to 1971 and there was no NRC in 1951 all over the country.
Right.
The NRC in 1951 was only in Assam.
Right.
So you have to bring entire amendments of the laws if you want to do at the countrywide. So people who will not have any documents will not be qualified as citizens.
So therefore,
no, I mean,
one is a principle and one is a process.
What about voters? What about our voters register?
See, every voters list, your NRC list or population, everything has to have a congruence at one point.
No, I'm saying at the moment we have a list of voters.
Yes.
Are you saying that those voters are not Indian citizens?
See, we do not know. It is for that purposes I am saying various parameters have a congruence.
No, if the Bhojpuris are to be
have a
classified as
congruence.
foreigners in Assam for deportation to Bangladesh, then we have something wrong. There are 15,000 Bhojpuris who have been excluded. Are you meaning to say that they have come from Bangladesh? Just
The
because
problem-
of transition to Bangladesh?
No, one thing I want to add quickly
Yes.
is that when you are talking about numbers, not just the BJP, across parties, even there was a left home minister also,
Ji.
and throughout they had given various numbers even in the floor of the parliament also.
Yes.
And that has come, now it has all come out to, there's a governor's report saying that, every day 6,000 people are crossing over to Assam.
Yeah.
And where are those people that we didn't find them in the
In fact, we
NRC?
actually have a
So-
graphic of that. We can put it up because what you're referring to is what Sri Prakash Jaiswal said.
Simple.
This is now, by the way, at the national level, not just for Assam. You're talking of Indrajit Gupta, who mentioned the figure for Assam, who was the former home minister under the left. Sri Prakash Jaiswal in 2004 said there are 1.2 crore illegal Bangladeshis. Later, because of a political backlash, he
Always
withdrew
invade
that.
India through the borders.
Kiran Rijiju in 2016 said there are 2 crore. Bangladeshi
West
migrants.
Bengal and Assam.
So between Sri
Bangladesh
Prakash
border.
Jaiswal and Kiren Rijiju, we got two different figures.
Maybe
And
even
Kiren
more,
Rijiju
maybe
incidentally
even more.
said 2
Why to-
crore
why to-
Bangladeshi
why to give a
migrants.
blind eye to
He
this
didn't
fact?
specify whether they're legal or illegal.
Illegal.
Anyway, the other point here, Dr. Sarjeet Singh, is that we also pulled out the Lok Sabha replies, because this question was asked in the Lok Sabha, that does the centre have any accurate estimate, data, numbers on the scale of illegals in India. And in the course of 2 years, these are the years between 2018 and 17, the centre issued 7 denials, Dr. Saab. In March 2018, they said statistical data regarding illegal immigrants are not
Yes,
centrally
I'm listening
maintained.
to you.
In December 2017, no correct estimate of the total number. In August 2017, no accurate data with regard
That
to
is
illegal
why-
immigrants,
That is why,
etc.,
Mr.
etc.,
Srinivasan,
etc.
That is why we need an NRC. That is why, you know, we needed it. We required it. It was compulsory for us to know how many people had invaded this country. And they have tried to change the population ratio.
But how, when
Do
they're
you
saying
know
we
in
don't know
Assam,
how many there are?
Within last 20 years.
No, but Dr. Saab, you're contradicting yourself.
The whole picture in the districts has changed.
No, but Dr.
The
Saab,
minorities
isn't
have
this a
become majority.
contradiction? On
The
one hand, you're
minority has
saying we
become
don't know how
majority.
many
From
there
where have they
are.
come?
On the other hand, you're saying they've changed the complexion of the country. How can you have both?
But that is why the National Register for Citizens is to be maintained.
No, but on
That is
what
why
basis?
It is to be done.
What is the basis?
Let the statistics come
Nobody is
out.
denying.
But what
That
is
is
the
why we are doing
basis?
it.
No, but I'm saying what is the
That
basis?
That is the need of the hour.
On
We
what
should
basis?
Exactly know
On
how
what
many
grounds?
people have invaded this country.
No, but on what grounds
Where
are you
already
saying that?
population is
I
a
think, Vasu,
problem.
I think we are mixing the two
Unemployment is a
issues.
problem. Poverty is a problem. Why
But
should
what
we
is the
entertain
basis
these
on which you're
outsiders
saying
here?
there's an invasion?
Why?
You're not able to answer my question. On what basis are you saying there's an invasion? Where is the proof?
See,
where is the evidence?
I have already answered your question. If you want to give it a deaf ear, that's a different thing.
Huh.
In Assam, in West Bengal,
Huh.
there are so many districts
Yes.
where the population ratio has changed. The majority has become a minority,
for various
and the
other
minority
reasons.
has become a majority.
How are you attributing that
And
to?
everybody
Why only in
knows.
Assam and West
You
Bengal?
cannot
What
give
about
it a blind
Tripura?
eye.
Yeah, what
Where
about
scheduled
Tripura?
tribes we have been reduced
Yes,
to a
yes,
minority.
that is why, you know, from Bangladesh, which is
Okay.
already,
They shut them.
They don't talk
See,
about
let
Tripura.
us-
ratio there also has changed.
I think we are mixing the issue. Once
So-
you are
so
trying to link the
where are
problem with
those
the
people who
statistical
have
number. Yes, a
come
problem
from
is there.
Bangladesh?
Every problem
Where
has to
have they
be
gone?
No,
tackled on the
And
basis of
they are-
evidence.
they are
Let me
trying to
tell you.
Right.
use
Let
So,
me-
for example, let me give you an example.
How
For
can
example,
it-
today,
how
if you were to
can
say,
it- how
I am
can
aware
it-
in India
protect
that there is a
country
HIV
permitted?
problem. People have HIV. I will insist every Indian has to take an HIV test. Is that acceptable to you?
See, let me tell you.
That
No, no,
is
I'm just
why
asking
the
you.
datas
No, no.
are being
You are
It's not
making-
acceptable,
no,
right?
no, you are making
That
wrong
is
kind
why
of a
we need
comparison. Let me
NRC.
Why?
prove it. Let me prove it
That
how.
is why
I'm
we
saying
want to
let me-
know
let me-
huge policy
let-
decisions
let me
like
answer.
putting
Let
every
me
Indian through a
answer.
citizenship test has to
Let
be
me-
based at least on some credible evidence.
See, the fact
Of
is
illegality, yes?
One, you know that there is a problem. You may not have the statistical number to it, and for that you need an exercise of this kind, a legal exercise of this kind.
What is
So-
the problem that you know, and how do you
See-
know that it is a problem
see-
which requires this scale of
See,
response?
See, let us take the example of Assam, where
Yes.
there was a sudden jump in the voter list, which was much higher than the national average of increase in voter list. That started giving a signal that there is a problem. Hence, the exercise started.
Right.
Similarly, there are districts here where there has been a sudden explosion, which is not being explained by
Where?
rate. No, we can. Let's have a separate debate on it.
Okay.
We can have an entire list can be come out. Which are the reasons which are seeing sudden explosion, which are not being
But that's
explained
something
by
we can't make
natural
these
birth
claims in
rate.
the air. We need to have evidence.
Assam.
No, NRC is not done on the basis of evidence. It's a legal exercise. It's a legal exercise.
You are
to
saying
be
NRC
undertaken.
now is not done on the basis of evidence. This is in contradiction to what the government is saying. Government is saying there is a huge problem of influx.
Let us be very clear. There is
Okay.
a fundamental. Let me complete. There is a fundamental duty and obligation for the government of India under the Foreigners Act, Citizenship Act, to maintain your record of citizens.
Right.
Once you maintain that record of citizens,
Right.
will give you the number of statistically number of people who are illegal immigrants.
Okay.
And that could be 1 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crores, or
Or 10.
10,000 also.
Okay.
So that is a fundamental exercise and a duty of the government
Okay.
to do it.
Yes.
The only problem with that is the process of identification of a foreigner is based on certain admissible evidence under the Indian Evidence Act. Prior to 24 March 1971 with respect to Assam, and prior to 1948 with respect to the rest of the country.
Right.
And people who do not have the documents will automatically be identified or classified as foreigners as in Assam. And with respect to the population growth rate in Assam, see, the Assam anti-foreign agitation started in the 70s. And if you look at the census data from 1901 till 1971, the population growth rate in Assam was 200%. That's why people were for a period of 71. So it was this anger, not necessarily, but you have already accepted the people who have come till 24 March 1971 as citizens of India.
Right.
So where is the basis? Show me the statistics of the census of India where it says that the population growth rate in Assam is higher than the rest of India. It's lower than the rest of India, 22% less than Nagaland.
Right. One thing, yes, come in and then I'll go back to Dr. Saab.
Okay.
Yes.
And the other thing I also want to point out is that there are two contradictory citizenship cutoff date. You know, for Assam, of course, has got this exclusive cutoff date for March 24, 1971.
Yes.
But if you look at the Citizenship Act, for the rest of India, it is July 1st, 1987, actually. So if you look at it, so there are a lot of contradictions.
Dr. Dang, what do you think? How will you define who is a citizen? What is the cutoff date?
Look, now for that only the central government is bringing up an amendment to the Citizen Act.
No, no. That is not my question.
For any plan, for any project.
No, that's a different issue.
There are fundamental
That's a different issue.
steps. One is survey, the other is analysis.
No, I'm asking you, what is the cutoff? One second, I'm asking you, what is the cutoff?
The data will be done.
What is the
and then
cutoff?
a plan will be made.
What is the
that will be
cutoff
implemented.
to determine
And if
citizenship?
If there is any hitch in ousting these illegals, then we are going to make an amendment in the Central Act.
Dr. Dang, my question
and
was totally
every
different.
citizen who is
Where
having
will you
any
oust them
iota
to?
of patriotism in him.
Dr. Dang, my question was totally different.
No, your question.
My question was, what is the
do you
cutoff?
want me to tell you?
What is the cutoff?
Let me come.
Yes, what is your question? Please repeat it.
My question was, how will you
How can
determine?
you decide it unless the analysis of the data is done?
Dr. Saab, you don't want to
How
understand my
how
question.
can
I'm
you
running out of
make
time. Do I have time
any
to go back to Dr.
decision
Dang? Or
Before
can I go to
the
Desat
results
Nigam?
of the NRC are complete.
Do I have time?
See, unless it is complete, unless there is a survey is there, the analysis will
Okay,
be done.
let me try to ask
and then
Desat
only we
Nigam
can
the question.
make out a cutoff date or anything. Any parameter.
Let me ask you
otherwise
the
how
question.
is
Dr.
possible?
Dang is not answering my question. What is the cutoff date
Let me
to
answer.
determine
See, the
Indian
parameter
citizenship?
can
How will
only
you
be
determine?
decided
I agree with my
when the
co-panelist,
data
there
is fully
evolution of
available.
law is slightly
And
contradictory.
why to have a debate on
Once
this?
you say it is
Every
July
democratic country
1987 is
has
the
an
cutoff
NRC.
date, then the law is changed and
No,
made
I know,
to
they said that.
2004.
What is, I'm asking you for your answer.
So
How
the-
will you determine the cutoff
It
date?
will be governed by the existing law unless and until it is amended and some new date is brought in.
Once again, existing law meaning 71.
No, 87 in the case
No,
of
no.
87, then 2004. Two dates are there.
No.
In terms of who will be a citizen. In case of prior to 87, it was
Supreme
anybody.
Court is yet to decide.
Anybody could be by birth. But after that, it was made it that either of the parents have to be a citizenship of India.
Before 2004.
No.
Before 2004.
So if your parents are citizens, if you can prove your parents were citizens before 2004, you're in.
Yes.
Those,
and let me tell you,
Okay, 30
I am
seconds.
rather surprised with these kinds of law, contradicting each other.
There are two kinds of citizenship. One is citizenship by birth, then the other one is the citizenship by naturalization. When you talk about by birth, you have to prove that you have the birth certificate if you have been born prior to 1987. Now you had brought the Registration of Birth Act in 1969. So people who are born prior to that, they have to establish prior to 1958. So you have to understand the way the law operates. And I have been working for the last 28 years on this issue.
All these
Okay,
laws have to
all
be
I can say is
nationalized.
my head is spinning. So imagine what it's like for people who have far less resources than all of us sitting on this panel do. But anyway, better start looking for our birth certificates. That's all I can say. We are completely out of time on Reality Check. Thank you all so much for joining us. That's it. Good night.